I am super excited. I've got 3 boxes in front of me. They all arrived on the exact same day from 3 different shippers. And that makes it sword unboxing day. Hooray!
This is filled with joy and cheer. What a magical time of year. Hip hip hooray, it's sword unboxing day. Sword unboxing day.
All right. I'm looking forward to this. We're going to start at the small stuff. I know it's in these. We're going to start with the small stuff, go to the really good stuff, and then a little bit of a bonus down here at the bottom. So let's start with the smaller box. I'm going to move these out of the way for the time being. Whoa. All right. It's been a while since I've done a sword unboxing. For those who've never actually seen one of my sword unboxing videos, these are basically just real-time opinions as opposed to a well-constructed, well-filmed review that I do. So, the first box comes from Purple Heart Armories. And we have a couple of things in here. The first one, really the first two, are 2 practice sickles, synthetics. And I had one a long time ago, and I haven't been able to find it. I don't know what happened to it. So I wanted to get a couple new ones. The ones I had before were white, and I purchased them at the I guess it would have been the 2017 Long Point, I believe. And they were like the prototypes, and these I think are the kind of final product of it. And I got 2 so I can do HEMA things with it, and do some Paulus Hector Meyer sickle fighting. So that's a lot of fun. I don't have a lot to say. I mean, a synthetic is a synthetic, and something like this, it's all just about the shape and its ability to be a little bit rugged. It is pretty interesting, though, the way they did the wrapping. They've actually got like a rivet in here, and they've wrapped it with what's basically paracord. But it looks like a pretty good wrapping job. It feels pretty good. And then I bought these extra large gloves. They didn't have large. And quite frankly, when it comes to fencing gear, I think I need extra large anyway. Normally, actual gloves, I just wear a large, I think. But yeah, these, see, if I'd gotten large on these, I would have been unhappy. So yeah, that's a much better fit. So these are padded fencing gloves, and it's important because these go really hand in hand glove with this item. So this box is from HEMA Supplies, and like I said, it's kind of fortuitous that they all showed up at the same time. So I'm very excited to open this one. I'm really looking forward to it because this is a big step up for me in terms of HEMA fencing gear. Did I open it on the right end or not? I opened it on the wrong end. Oh well. I can still get it out, I'm pretty sure. Just might... Nope, I'm going to have to open up the other end. So bear with me. Let's see. So I will say, before I reveal this, that I have been fighting with a synthetic version of this for way too long. And I've been wanting to upgrade to a steel one, but when I stopped doing HEMA after my kids were born initially, basically everyone in my HEMA club had kids at the exact same time. So we all kind of just gave up on it for a while. I started back about, I guess it'd be about 9 months ago now, started meeting back up. We've been talking about getting these. Yeah. This is the Reginier Tournament Saber. And it is nice and flexible. It's got about the right amount of weight. A little bit lighter than the synthetic. I can definitely feel it's a bit lighter. And the grip feels really good. Now the question is... Aha. Glove fits in everything. Perfect. So, I cannot believe it's taken me this long to get a saber for for HEMA sparring. And they have quite a few different types of sabers out there. Regina makes a bunch. But the tournament saber is the one that's really good for practical, like HEMA usage in padded gear and in tournaments and the rest. They make other blunted ones that are light versions, but they are not recommended for sparring. And so, I mean, what's the point if you're not going to spar? So you can see it's got this rolled tip here. And, you know, I'm going to cover that with, you know, the little kind of rubber tipper and wrap it up in some tape to make sure it's, you know, nice and padded for a thrust. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. We've been doing Polish saber fighting in the club for a while, and we've been using synthetic versions of Polish sabers. And we'll probably branch out now that we have these to go into a few more different saber fighting type things. I think I'm going to have to go watch a bunch of Matt Easton videos to kind of catch myself back up, because I know he's really good at this. So do as much learning from him as I can. I'm just kind of looking at the elements of the blade that are kind of interesting. It actually has a bit of a taper. A little bit of, well, not just a standard taper, but like the distal taper. It actually got a little bit of an edge to it. So it actually, I mean, it's blunted, don't get me wrong, but it actually has a little bit of an edge that gives it a little bit of the right weight distribution and puts more of a spine on the back of it. I'm going to definitely wipe this down and oil it up real well to make sure it's well taken care of, especially since I'm touching it so much. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I didn't have the right types of gloves for it either. I had the Spec Heavies are kind of like the go-to for doing longsword fighting. Setting everything down so I make room for the last box. Spec Heavies for longsword fighting. And then I had a couple of like Red Dragons and whatnots, but nothing was ever really... And there went the sword. I'll get it later. Nothing was ever really super comfortable, and that was kind of unfortunate. It actually made saber fighting really hard because I would use the Spec Heavies, and you can't do things like Mulinets, and you can't really get as much kind of wrist action as you really want. So I will tell you right off the bat that this is not going to be an actual sword. You will know this for two reasons. One, even though the box doesn't say it, it was purchased off of Amazon. However, even though it is quite honestly a sword-like object, that does not change the fact that it is one of my all-time favorite sword designs. That would be Eomer's sword from The Lord of the Rings. Specifically because of the hilt. And I'll tell you what, probably the best way to unbox this and talk about it, well, I'll unbox it here. Maybe I'll talk about it against the other wall. I don't know, we'll see. Let me unbox it. Goodness gracious, there we go. United Cutlery, which has the rights to making the official reproductions of this sword, started re-releasing a lot of them. And I don't know when that started. I was kind of out of the loop on it, I suppose, but I noticed that they're basically all on Amazon. So I save up all of my Amazon rewards points and spend it on these types of things. I actually had a very hearty collection of Lord of the Rings movie swords, it being one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite books of all time, and I love, love, love the sword designs. So even though these are just wall hangers and decorative, they hold a special place in my heart. So it comes with this little scroll work thing. Wow, I can't even break that. There we go. And I'm pretty sure this is just like a, hey, certificate of authenticity thing. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of background on the sword and on Eomer Guthwine, the sword of Eomer. That's really all this is. Not really super impressive. See if I can get... I know it... I'm going to have to close this back up for a moment. Got to get this... This is the display. Here we go. And this is what I do like about what United Cutlery has done, is they've kind of made this nice all-in-one display kit. Like, you're obviously not getting a scabbard in most cases. But that's okay. I'm not under any illusions that this is anything other than a wall hanger, quite literally, and just acts as decoration. But it will go up on my wall, and I have a special place for it. So, uh-oh, is there hardware in here? Yes. Almost threw that away. Need that hardware to actually mount it. And I'll do the mounting another time. But, yeah, you get a nice little mount for it. Hang it on the wall. Sword goes right there. Looks real nice. Let's actually get the sword out, though. Because it's what everyone would want to see anyway. And United Cutlery's reproductions of these, in my opinion, are incredibly high quality. So they feel very much worth the price, the asking price, even though you're not getting something functional. The design alone feels really great. Part of me really wishes they would get around to doing some functional swords. Alright, so there it is. It is not really fitting any particular kind of sword design, but obviously it's heavily inspired by the Norse and Scandinavian / Viking styled swords. But it is also its own thing, especially with having a double fuller. It is way too blade heavy. It does not feel like an actual sword. But I'm going to go take it over to show you where I'd be placing this, I think, because I don't know that anyone has ever seen this other wall before. So let's go take a look. So now we're taking a field trip for this unboxing. This is my Lord of the Rings sword wall. It sits in my entertainment center area, which is actually directly adjacent to my little studio area where I shoot the videos, but I think I need to be here to talk about a Lord of the Rings sword because this is where I place them all. I don't have them on the same wall as all my functional swords. I have it on a different wall. And I love all of these swords for different reasons. Some more than others. But I will say that I do think between Boromir's sword, because he's one of my favorite characters, and Eomer's sword, it's hard toss-up, but Eomer's sword is one of my favorite for a very specific reason, and it is this hilt design. Take a look at that. It has this asymmetric horse motif that wraps around it in a very fluid way. And it's somewhat represented in the same way on the pommel. So it's symmetric there, but the asymmetric nature of this, I absolutely love it. One of my all-time favorite sword designs. If they made a truly functional version of this, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I really, really, really love the design. I will say, the leather wrapping here is a little bit squiggly. It's not as tight as it should be, and you definitely have a bit of a seam down the middle of it. But I'll tell you, I am very happy that the seam on this is also where they have the really ugly licensing mark. So I can hang it this way and it'll look really nice. So I like that a lot. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, so Eomer's sword. Really great sword design. I wish they had a functional version, but I will just take a nice wall hanger. Man, such a beautiful sword. So that's it for the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the stuff I got. Really excited to use that Reginier saber. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I might do a couple of videos on it when I get more comfort with it. May even do a review on it. The other things, the gloves and the sickles, Nothing too special about them. Just I won't do probably a review or anything on them, but they're useful things and kind of interesting. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe and all the other good stuff with these videos. I'll see you in the next one.